Two employees of a Pensacola, Florida assisted living facility were arrested last week for allegedly stealing an elderly resident's ID and debit card before abandoning the person on the side of the road in 2019. The arrests follow a lengthy investigation by the Medicaid Fraud Control Unit. The incident occurred on the 3rd of September in 2019. 35-year-old Tavetta Jones and her manager 39-year-old Takira Levine were working at the Whispering Pines Assisted Living Facility located at 1030 JoJo Road. They were assigned the task of transferring an elderly patient to sign bond paperwork. Instead, the caregivers abandoned the victim along Antioch Cemetery Road in Walton County and took off with the person's identification card and debit card. They left the senior stranded without a phone, water, money, or identification on a hot day. The victim later identified Jones and Levine as the women who orchestrated the scheme and also identified a black Volkswagen as the car Jones was driving. Levine provided the investigators with inconsistent accounts about what happened that day, but phone records placed both women in the vicinity of where they left the victim. Location data on Jones's phone placed her near ATMs where the debit card and PIN were used to access the funds from the victim's bank account. Surveillance footage also captured her black Volkswagen in the background while she committed these crimes. Jones was arrested on the 30th of July 2021 and has been charged with 1 count of exploitation of an elderly person, 1 count of criminal use of personal information of a person over 60 years of age, and 1 count of criminal use of personal identification information over $5,000. If she's convicted on all counts, she faces up to 35 years in prison. She was booked into the Escambia County Jail on Friday evening on the 30th of July 2021. Her bond was set at $17,500 and she was released from prison shortly after being taken into custody. Levine was arrested on the 31st of July 2021 and has been charged with 1 count of accessory after the fact. If convicted, she faces a sentence of up to 5 years in prison. She was booked into the Escambia County Jail on the 31st of July 2021 with a bond set at $5,000, but was released later that day. Both are scheduled to appear in court on the 20th of August 2021. The authorities are looking for 38-year-old Benjamin Williams, who say fatally shot his 27-year-old girlfriend, Joanna Pecker, while she was holding on to their baby. The incident occurred at around 5:30 p.m. on the 31st of July, along the 100 block of 60th Street South in St. Petersburg, Florida. Benjamin called Joanna that day, and she agreed to meet him at the Woodlawn Cemetery to support him because his sister's buried there. Joanna was sitting in a car, and she was holding their 4-month-old baby when Benjamin went up to her and shot her multiple times in the face. Joanna's other 4-year-old child was sitting in the back seat at the time and witnessed the horrifying ordeal. Both children were unharmed but terrified. Witnesses moved in to assist Joanna, but they didn't realise she had a baby in her arms until they tried to move her lifeless body. When the authorities arrived, the 2 children were still in the car with their dead mother. The following day, Benjamin was named as the suspect. The police have remained relatively tight-lipped about the case, other than to say that Benjamin has a criminal history spanning over 20 years. He's from the area and is a person of interest in other homicides in the city. The 2 children will be cared for by Joanna's family. Benjamin is wanted for murder, and the authorities are offering a $20,000 reward for information leading to the fugitive's arrest.